Hey guys, today's the first installment of a new series called Great Sheroes. Basically what I do is I take great literary heroines, hence the Sheroes, from, well, it could extend to all literature, but mainly books written in the past 30 to 40 years, books that girls my age, young girls, actually anyone would read, and talk about them in terms of what great heroines and what great role models they are for people our age. Not necessarily just girls, but I will focus on that. So today I'm going to talk about Lyra Belacqua from Philip Pullman's His Dark Materials trilogy, and if that kind of throws you and sounds obscure, it's The Golden Compass, or Northern Lights if you're from the UK, The Subtle Knife, and The Amber Spyglass, that trilogy, so maybe that sounds a bit more familiar to you. I'm going to talk about why Lyra Belacqua, I think, is the best written literary heroine in recent history, because in my opinion she is the best. I really enjoyed reading those books, and she is such a great complex character. Lyra isn't afraid to be herself. Lyra is a bit of a tomboy. She loves adventure and she doesn't really dress like a girl, and unfortunately this is a bit of a device, I think, to differentiate her from the girly girls and to show that she is more intelligent, and I don't really agree with that. But Lyra isn't committed to what's on the exterior. When she's living with Mrs. Coulter, she enjoys actually dressing like a lady and being in society and wearing pretty things, and she is fascinated by this. She's not totally repulsed by it, but she doesn't let what's on the outside dictate how she behaves. She's still the same old Lyra. She's still very stubborn and speaks her mind even when she is being polite. Her appearance is not what's important to her, and I think that's a good message in this image-conscious world, because she's the person on the inside first and not the person on the outside first. Being able to own your personality no matter what you wear also lends itself to great confidence in everything you do, and Lyra has extreme confidence in her own abilities. She is a very quick thinker, and she's often able to make up stories just right on the spot. Usually this is for her own benefit, and she lies with it. And while lying isn't the best use of her talents or this ability, it shows extreme confidence in her ideas and her opinions and her abilities. With these stories, even though initially they are to save herself, once there are more people around her, she uses them to make sure that everyone is protected and so that no harm can come to them. So even though this starts out selfishly, she becomes very selfless and very brave. Warning, this next part contains spoilers, really big spoilers. So unless you want the entire series ruined for you, I suggest you go to the end of the video, which is here. Like when Lyra and Will and the Gallivespians have to go to the world of the dead in order to try and set everyone free, they have to leave their demons behind. Now, if you don't know, a demon is like your soul, and in Lyra's world they live on the outside of the body, but everyone has one, and they have to leave them behind in order to enter the world of the dead. And that is an extremely painful process. It's like dying yourself. Now, most people would let that stop them, but not Lyra. She sticks to a job until it gets done, and it doesn't matter how hard it is or what the consequence is. Just she knows that she's doing good, and eventually she and everyone else is reunited with their souls, so everything is good, even though there was a big trial in order to carry the task on. Now, I cannot talk about this next part without probably getting a bit teary-eyed, because the ending of the His Dark Materials trilogy is the thing that I think of if I have to make myself cry on cue, because the story just basically ripped my heart out, this ending. And that is that by the end of the story, Lyra and Will had to close all the portals to parallel universes and never see each other again and stay in their own worlds. Like, just imagine, you finally realize that you love this person so much. Like, this is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. Lyra and Will can't do that. They have to separate and never see each other again. They don't want to break up, but they have to. And it's not just like a regular breakup either, where you could possibly run into them again, and, you know, in this case, that you'd want that, right? But no, they're never going to see each other again, ever. And to give up something that makes you that happy shows a huge degree of selflessness. And ultimately it did save the world, but oh my goodness, it takes an immense amount of strength for anyone to be able to do that. And I applaud Lyra for being able to. So in summary, Lyra Belacqua, being only about 11 to 13 years old throughout the series, is an extremely well-written and complex character, and I think she is a perfect role model for anyone with her bravery and selflessness and just confidence in her own abilities. So I hope you enjoyed this video. There will be more to come soon. If you have any suggestions for any great literary heroines that you want me to talk about, I will research them and I will talk about them. Alright, so I will see you next week. Bye!